I'm in.
I'm in too.
Here we are.
Here we
We
are.
are moving into the first match of the season so far.
Welcome back to another cast. Of course, my name is HawpT, and I'm here with GTX Savage. This is the first round of ESEA Main Season 28. We are seeing Intact eSports face off against We Play Sometimes. Just getting into the knife round to determine who is starting where. Savage, how have you been doing since the last season?
You know, we've been going, man. Been on the grind, been working, trying to work on our casting in the off time, but is a little bit difficult when we don't have live matches. Of course, we are on a demo right now, but we will be having a live match a little bit later. Just a warm-up for us. Thanks for joining us in the meantime. If you are there, hit us with a kappa in the Twitch chat. Right now, it looks like round one will be having We Play Sometimes on the CT side. CZ and a nade coming out for one. Armor looks like it will be coming out for the rest unless we see a kit from EXO. Armor picked up for most of the T side. We have Shake on the utility. Looks like Intact will be moving toward the A site. Pretty much no control toward B. And not much toward mid either. So full A execute. Looks like it's nice and fast here for Intact into the first round.
Interesting to see that we do not have a kit on We Play Sometimes, but they're taking a retake strat on A. No shots fired from the CT so far. The double truck stack is now moving. They have now been activated. One more flash on Shake Zola. Shaka Zola. Could come into play huge here as these players are clustering up. Will we find the timing? I believe that was already a gush coming out from Turismo as these players are funneling into the Intact crossfire, which goes nuclear with 4 quick ones and a 5th to follow. Only one player in Noxio falling for the T's. That is a clean pistol.
Very interesting strategy, as you mentioned before, from WPS. Seeming to play the retake without a kit. You don't see that very often. They did get cleaned up pretty quickly as they moved into the A site. The bomb plant positioning was extremely interesting from Intact. You saw it a little bit closer to quad box there. Makes it so that you have to peek a little bit wider if you're close to the truck wall there to see where the planter is. I actually really like that position in comparison to the wide position. It'll be interesting to see if we see that more from Intact and if it comes into play with people peeking and how they play the crossfires there on the A site.
That was indeed pretty fantastic. Coming in, B site here, Shake, great headshot coming out of the field. Turismo, follow up, that is B site clean, done, and dusted. Should be a fairly easy post plant situation for them, having lost nobody and still having a couple nades here and there. We don't bull though. Has a pocket AK, sitting behind smoke, ever dangerous. You have to respect it. The Scout Wizard. Is that? That's a good name.
We will see if it comes into play. Armor for the rest of the CT side. Looks like they might be opting to save it at this point. Looks like Turismo going to be cleaned up by
Ooh, bad luck from We Don't Bull there. Optimus just spotting his leg. Timing gets the better of him. 3 peeks. Good job. Oh! He got him. He got Optimus.
He got him.
Okay.
Got Optimus.
I thought the spray was subpar, to say the least. So, conversion for Intact after the following round is putting them in an excellent state of affairs. This should be a free round as well, making them get out to a 3-0 lead.
Let's see if the UMP comes in to play here. He was able to drop over the Deagle as well, so a couple of pistols. A little bit of danger for Intact to watch for. However, looks like they are going to be funneling toward B site. Faster executes so far for Intact. And they're going to find themselves alone, actually, on the B site.
Yeah, nobody there. So We Play Sometimes definitely comfortable with playing the map in sort of, you know, not quite the standard way. They're not doing 2-1-2s. They're stacking, they're concentrating, and you really need to do that when you don't have the big guns to be able to fight in a retake. And they do get one player and bold. Ooh, nice from Turismo. I thought he was going to eat a dig to the face. Dodges that bullet, so to say. And that's 3-0 for Intact. First gun round coming up here. I'm excited to see what we have in store from We Play. No AWP, though, and light on utility. So that's going to put them in a tight spot.
Yeah, nades are extremely light. No HEs on the entire CT side. It's going to make the timings a little bit weird for them. Intact has been executing a little bit faster. See if they choose to do the same thing. Lots of smokes coming toward the A site. Looks like a fast play for Intact as all of the players move into A main.
The long lineup with the jump throw. This A main smoke has a slight gap on the left, I believe, but no AWP to use that position to punish it. Players flying out. E gets traded quickly, but EXO swinging wide from the site and Bull on the rotations, cleaning up in the crossfire, leaving just Swan and Optimus no bomb down. And in a hairy situation, that trade is not going to favor Intact. Oh, Swan is now facing the 1v3. AWP, not exactly a good cup of tea.
No, the Swan will not take flight, I don't believe, in this round. Seems like he will just collapse onto the ground. Just an AWP to work with, stuck in A main, 3 players watching him and bomb on site. His situation is looking very dire, looking for any utility damage that he can do. Taking away an M4 would be a gift at this point.
Let's see. Quiet. Does find one. 22 seconds. I mean, he could end up going for this. But Semtex as the off angle on high. Perfectly finds the head. Well played from him. And the first gun round going the way of We Play. No op, but they didn't need it. They just really shut down Intact on A, having 2 players there and a quick third to rotate in from Truck, setting up those crossfires. And yeah, just Intact. It seemed interesting that they died so fast with that wall of smokes that they had thrown.
Yeah, a lot of utility coming out and still getting mowed down. A lot of players lost really early. See if they choose to slow down the pace. Looks like they've kind of been disrespecting WPS from the first round. Fast plays even while they're on hand cannons, but a little bit of a slowdown. Intact looking a little bit more defaulted. Swan finding a pick through Squeaky. One more player there to support him as well. See what they'll do on the A site, but Ramen gets a little bit nervous, thinks he has to rotate off, and this is going to cause actually a big rotation from WPS. See if Intact can make the read, but they actually push the bomb toward A site. See how that works out for him here.
Well, they are stacked towards the A site, direct and anticipating the hit, but the entries from Intact are just too strong at this point in time. Intact has full control of the map, even the truck position. And there are going to be some long range kills taking place now. Trades for days. 5.7, not a gun that is most frequently seen, but this man is desperately going to be trying to run away with this op and save that into the next round because this one is gone.
Definitely not going to be able to win the round. He's the one looking for utility damage this time. See if he finds any. Intact's utility looking pretty poor, so actually finding any kills that he can will be good for his team.
I think some of those footsteps and the vents may have been heard by Intact players. They seem to have a pretty good beat on his location, so we should see some fancy flicks coming out from EXO as he catches them off guard, but woo! Barely sneaks out with his life. Shooting through the cracks. EXO holds on to the AWP. That is going to be clutch for his team. Swan will be trying to counter him in that effort once more. But what does the rest of WPS do with this very poor buy?
It's going to be really bad. You're going to see a couple of USPs, one CZ. But not going to be much. They don't opt to stack a site this time. That's kind of been their profile so far, taking random stacks. A site, B site, but now pushing 2 into Squeaky. Turismo gets a little bit of info. Looks like they're going to execute fast toward A. They have him pinched in Squeaky, and they know that. Misses the AWP shot, but Turismo's good on the trade, and now they have full control of the A site.
Peekaboo from Turismo coming out the Squeaky door, shoots the guy in the back of the head. Unfortunate for him. The AWP is still in play, however, but the job is going to be much to handle. Turismo has now taken control of that AWP, and Optimus, nice lurk from him to catch the lurking, aggressing CT player as well. So it looks like Optimus, I'm guessing he's going to be lurking B a lot on this map. I think it's a very common strategy from teams is to spend some utility early and make noise there. just to hold those CT players down over at that site.
Yeah, definitely a good strategy for T players. It's really good to push into Sunroom, break the window. It keeps CTs pretty defensive when you do that. Quick eco round actually coming in from WPS. They find 3. And we move into the 2 versus 2, a CZ and a P250 left to work with against an AWP and an AK.
Semtex with the explosive CZ plays there, finds 2 before he falls. Those pocket AKs are so very strong. You have to be on your guard at all times. I'm surprised that Intact is still pressuring this. I believe they haven't lost. They haven't lost any guns yet, so they know these players are still on the pistols.
Do they though? They were pretty far back when those 3 players died. I guess they can find all 3 guns.
Sure.
But
yeah,
unless they're looking at the ground, they might think that one of them has an AK, perhaps.
Smoke down in all those close angles, it just makes me claustrophobic to be playing against these guns, man. It's so dangerous. One mistake could just cost you the round here on a round that you should win almost every time. So it is just slowed down to a crawl at this point. Both teams just waiting for the other team to get too impatient. And it looks like E, the man with many eyes in his name and only 2 on his face,
I just want to call him
sneaking in the back line.
A bunch of stuff. You could call him pretty much anything at this point.
He's picked up an AWP and he's behind them as well. This could be so lethal. Just misses the timing on the headshot player, but it doesn't matter. He does one better and gets the bomb. 15 seconds left. I think he might have seen the shoulder. Bomb will go down at back box, and we are reset in a 1v1. What a round this has come down to out of nowhere. Both players on guns.
Optimus has little to no utility left. 1 flashbang to work with. He's going to find good position behind his smoke, but he opts to play the back box. Peeks out, but is taken down by the CZ of E. I just really want to know how he says his name. Like a dolphin?
Joked about that before. It's so cringe to do that into a microphone. But
I know, I don't want to do it.
I just want it.
I want to... Okay, I think that we should get like a soundboard with a dolphin.
Yeah, okay.
With a dolphin thing that we can click.
We'll put that on the...
every time that we want to say his name?
Oh, okay. Soundboards will go on the wish list for next time.
All right,
but in the meantime, I mean, we just call him E.
Yeah. Yeah.
E.
E has been doing pretty good for his team. He's on the highest kills for his team, 6 and 5. Been the impact player on the 2 rounds. I think he also had a 3K on the last round that they won, as well as pulling out that 1v1 clutch. Now he finds himself toward middle, but Intact has stacked themselves toward the A site yet again. They really like moving toward the A site. They've recognized a little bit of weakness, and look at the position of WPS. Like right now you have Bull, and the next closest player is E, and he's all the way down here at Highway. But Intact recognizing a little bit of weakness toward A, but they move toward middle. And this is a good round read, actually, from WPS. E picks up 1. That's Noxio. Optimus trades him out. And move into the 4 versus 4, but Intact seems to have full control of middle.
And they are pretty sure that they have a player isolated on this A site here. Timo and his friend on Highway are going to try and pinch him. That will kind of work out for them. Highway player does fall. From Turismo is pretty sick, but he's going to miss headshots. Amazing pre-fire onto the truck position. Nets him 1 more. We're into the 2v2 post-plant situation. It's going to be clutches as the name of the game here. Good spray from Highway. And the finish off from Turismo as well. That molly's going to land right at the feet of Ramen. He somehow remains undercooked, though. Has not lost any of his health so far. Jump up on the box, such a popular option, but it will be traded by Turismo. Excellent round from him, I believe, picking up 3 and pinching that A site with his friend.
Ramen did the typical Ramen move. He added a little bit of egg to his play, jumped up on the red box there, but in the end, it's just kind of a basic move, kind of to be expected. The typical wannabe chef scenario, but he has a little bit to his recipe, picks up 1 kill, isn't able to pick up the second, is traded out immediately. And the round moves the way of Intact. But that's how it goes. T-side looking strong for Intact. 6 rounds so far. And WPS moves back onto Pistols. Aggressive push here from EXO. Great pre-fire onto Shake. Goes down to the headshot. And 4 players left alive for Intact. Looks like Bomb has kind of just been left. They're looking for any aggression from WPS.
I really like the fact that the mid aggression just went straight into vents and is now playing B, so that allowed them to keep 3 players basically stacked towards A the whole time. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool setup. But Bomb is going to be way back, intact, just trying to see if WPS is going to get aggressive, make a mistake, and walk into their bullets. But that's not going to happen. Intact are going to have a minute left to make an execution onto a site. And Bomb is floating towards B. Will it be a mid-split? Nope. The last remaining players going through useless, funneling in. It is going to be a 4-man push onto the B site. It's a good Molotov to clean out some angles, do a little extra work for you. It's free. $400 free.
It's free real estate.
Smoke can go down in heaven. EXO gets a second kill in the round with that 5-7. Going huge for his team. The swing coming out from Semtex doesn't quite work out. Excellent sprays from Turismo, switching to the Glock and getting a third. Great pistol swap from him. Kind of a scary round, but they did it.
I really want to highlight a few things about Turismo's gameplay right now that I've noticed that is well above his competition and well above his teammates' play right now. He has done a few things fantastically. His pre-fires to common angles, especially when he's taking A site, his crosshair positioning, and just his presence of mind to realize where the CT players are going to be playing is fantastic. And there on the B side, he was able to perfectly read the CT defense. And speaking of reading, Swan with the pre-fires, look at this from Intact so far. They've gotten so many kills just by knowing where WPS is going to play before they even know where they're going to be playing.
Extremely common spot sitting in Z there, just watching the mid-garage exit. I think Swan might have spotted the barrel there, but he puts a second bullet through the wall and gets rewarded for it. Unfortunately, he's not able to convert towards that white box angle, and E picks up the kill, but kind of traded, kind of refragged on as the players from Intact opt to push out onto the A site. Do they know there's another player here? They certainly do now. Nice little tag team duo there, getting him looking at the wrong angle. Semtex didn't know I hit him. That AWP did not last very long at all. And that's a 1v3 for Ramen again. I don't think he has it in him this time.
Yeah, definitely not. I think he's going to be opting to save. Shake kind of saw him at highway, and I think he saw him peek over the box. But looks like he is going to move into A main.
Ooh, nice pickup.
The thing in that round for me is, again, you notice he even chose to replant the bomb. He started what you would consider like the pug A main plant and moved it over where you're right next to the quad box. And it seriously, that angle is so much better. Like that is a way better plant. And that's something I want to highlight. And again, the B main plant for default on B site should be the new default. Yeah. The whole planting behind triple box that everybody does in pugs, I'm on a riot right now. I need that to stop. The B main plant, where you plant right behind the box in the back corner, right by the grill, or the generator rather, not grill. We're not on Inferno. The generator, that is a way better plan. Because,
it's vastly superior.
Yeah, and it's just as safe as planting what is the pug default behind triple.
The only question I have about that spot the quad box is where can somebody see you from if they're up by the ladder on catwalk? That could pose a little bit of a threat, but
yeah.
Anyway, this round seems a little bit. I've been inside my own mind far too long.
A little bit done in
like
barbecue.
Noxio. Yeah. It's been a kind of strange round, just slow pushes coming out from WPS trying to make something happen, and Intact shutting it down. They still do have an op on WePlay, so there is a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. But
there's always a chance.
This is the bomb running away from B. He's doing the truffle shuffle there with the guns. Gets the AK off the map. Even wants to deny Ramen from being able to pick up one of those. That is brutal indeed. So it's just left up to Semtex and Ramen to save what they have into the next round, cut their losses.
Here comes Ramen looking for the gun that Shake just juggled away. Poor guy.
Oh, no.
He's not going to be able to find anything.
Not like this. Oh, boy.
Smart play from Shake. That's going to make WPS's economy even worse than it is. They're going to try to save towards Sunroom. Going to be armor and an AWP saved and a hand cannon for Ramen, but
I mean, it's not all bad for Ramen. I mean, you know, you have armor kit.
But look at his team's money, man.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this? I mean, they're on 3 rounds losing. Semtex, he's going to find a kill. But 3 players left for Intact. Their economy is looking fantastic. They're not going to have any problems fighting in the next couple of rounds anyway. Noxio is going to pick up the hand cannon, and 2 more AWP kills for Semtex is phenomenal.
So what we need to distinguish Savage is between safe and default plants, right? The default plant should be the optimal plant spot for post-plant scenarios. Yeah. Maximizes safety and post-plant effectiveness.
That's a hard thing. So default can be either optimal safety or optimal for post-plant.
No, but that's
because
what I'm
like
saying.
On A side, it can't be both.
But the default is the one that's the best of both worlds, right? Yeah. Where it's safer, and that's why over by the quad box is nice, because you will make those players from trucks swing so much wider.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you're probably not going to get pre-fired as much and all that stuff.
Right.
But safe plant. I mean, that everybody knows what you talking about if you say plant safe.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think that's a good mantra to have. The corner over there is kind of an odd spot, actually, that people have settled on, because over by quad box is just as good, and yet, or better even. Like it's just as good for all the same reasons and better for a lot of other reasons. But enough about bomb plant positions. Let's talk about the rounds. Intact has had a good swing of rounds. Reset WPS a couple of times now. And whose timeout was this, do you think?
Oh, I'm 100% certain it was WePlay trying to figure out what is going on in these rounds. I think Intact has their round chain. I think they want to be playing the game. WePlay sometimes had a little bit of a sketchy buy. They may have wanted to figure out exactly what they needed and try and get everybody back on the same page and reset their emotions mentally. Because, I mean, this is worst case for them right now when you have 2 rounds that you've won separated in a myriad of T rounds. Just you've never chained a single round this game, and that's just absolutely devastating, especially when the CTs have to pay more for their rifles and Molotovs. So
definitely an issue to not chain any rounds in CT. The economy is terrible. And trading Semtex out immediately, and Noxio trading out Ramen is going to have B site. Really clear for Intact, but here comes Exo through the vent. He's going to be trapped out by his own Molotov, having to push through. Optimus is going to find the headshot onto him. Intact finds himself on a 2 versus 2 with bomb site B clear.
This is going to be, I was going to say it was going to be a best case scenario for WePlay. Both of their players are right there for the retake, but just absolutely shut down by Intact. Not a chance, says Optimus and Turismo. Turismo saving the AWP as well.
Turismo's calmness right there almost concerned me.
Yeah.
His just turns to the left, flash comes through. Instantly, just slow. Is the ever so slow turn to the right. It wasn't like a fast flick. He's just like, yeah, this is fine now. Gets the headshot. Beautiful job from him.
He's like, what is it? Is it Kilauea? Is that the volcano in Hawaii that's going up?
Just very slow.
The lava just like creeps, and you can kind of see it move, but that shit'll fuck you up.
It'll fuck you up, man.
Pardon my French, fam. Anyway, back into it. Starting to look very grim for WePlay sometimes. This half has completely slipped away from them, and they are on pistols again.
We almost caught that. Bullet with a beautiful shot into the squeaky position. Door came open, and Turismo instantly died. With Turismo shut down, Intact's strength is limited severely. Look at this man's scoreline.
Yeah, and he seems to be getting a lot of entries onto sites as well, cleaning up stuff. Absolutely.
The point score is pretty hilarious. 53 points.
He's got it going on right now. He's doing everything. But Bull, having that map control, I think kind of like having control of Squeaky, pushed Intact towards B, where they will now be executing. The smokes go down. They even smoke off Checker. I love the underhand flash coming out. Ramen has 6 HP on the site. That Molly might kill him, so he has to swing into the waiting arms of Shakazula, leaving the last 2 players in desperation mode to try and clutch out a 2v4 retake. But that is just not going to happen. Optimus goes to Prime. Gets 2 and even a teammate. Noxio,
You know,
what are you doing, man?
I don't think that's the Optimus way. The Optimus Prime way. Would he cut down another Transformer
If
to
it
kill
was
a
necessary,
Decepticon?
if it was necessary to defeat the Decepticons, even an honorable Autobot such as Optimus Prime would sacrifice one of his own.
Okay. All right. I guess worth then. Noxio with the interesting play. Look at this, man.
They have double ops.
But also the Krieg.
Krieg, yeah.
The Krieg on Noxio. Almost pays off for him. The wide peak really scared me there from the AWP, but EXO getting the better of it. And good A main control as well. This is going to spread Intact out significantly. This is one of the first times that WPS has actually gotten a first pick and good control off of it. But Optimus shuts me down as he finds one. Bull trades him back. 4 versus 3, favoring WPS, but these guys trading kills too fast. EXO, one more AWP kill, 3 versus 2 now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen the WAVP come out yet from WePlay, and it seems to be working out for them. This looks like their 3rd round on the board as Shakazula has to slowly work his way out of Squeaky. Players all around him. I think he knows that there's a player on high. Jumps up to make the shot, is not able to win the duel, and that is a 3rd round on the board for WePlay. Trying to close out the half at 4-11 in desperate fashion. 4-11 and 3-12 are a world apart, man.
You know, 4-11 isn't too bad if you also get pistol.
No.
Moves to the 7-11 scoreline.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
want to make jokes about
Nice.
7-Eleven, like the convenience store, but I feel like it's just way too cliche at this point.
But you just, like, by explaining that, you just made the joke. Right? How about that?
That's
Here's
the Krieg.
Semtex had retrieved the Krieg. Gets 2. Does get traded by the blind spray coming up from Optimus, and the CZ's working for the terrorist side now. Not after we've seen that in this half so far. Great molly to push EXO off of the heaven position. Get your players across the site, and the bomb as well has gone down in the default plant spot, or what should be known as the default plant spot, right here. Shakazula holding it down. Another great molly up into heaven. You know, Bull has found one by Checkers, though. And if he's not careful, if Optimus is careful, he will get picked up as well. But just the nickel and diming that's done on the WePlay players. So, yeah, I want to point that out. This is one thing is Intact players this entire half have had such an easy time cleaning up trade kills because they're always getting damaged. Can we see their assists?
Yeah,
I bet
we can
Intact has
definitely.
a lot of
sorry,
assists.
don't want to do
They
that.
reset the half. Oh,
Yeah. I want to ask, hey, Shakazula, or however you say your name, how do you actually say your name? You're in the chat right
yeah, is it Shake? You want us to say Shake or Shakazula?
How do you hit us with your
Or
name,
Shaka?
man? Give
Shaka.
us
Are
a
you the
full
Shaka?
dictionary.com pronunciation guide for your name.
Yeah, if you don't have the squigglies and the dots and the flat lines above the letters, I'm out.
Shake.
Shake. Okay.
All right. Shake Zula.
Shake.
All right. I like that. I'm in now.
Shake's easier to say than Shaka.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm an American. I like
All right.
shakes.
Looks like the T side is moving into A main. WPS, a quick execute. We saw a quick execute from Intact as well on their T side. Looks like WPS looking to do the same. The retake strat is very familiar for most CT teams on Cash, in particular on pistol round.
But Intact doing it right. I mean, they have the incendiary, they have a smoke, they have a kit.
Yeah, they have the utility to back it up.
They're going to be able to molly off quad or fork, one of those massive positions. And there it goes, right then. You see that fork's been mollied off, which cleans up so much space for these players to move into the site. I don't even think those people heard Turismo swinging around quad that fast. The fuses are already coming in. There's a knife in the smoke. There is a snake in the garden. Bomb getting defused. Shake. Oh, man. Shake with the knife. The knife shake. That sounds both delicious and lethal.
So it's not that we see Shaka. It's that if you pronounce it like together, like with the whole name is Shaka Zula, right? Like do you see that? Because it's not that we would call you Shaka, but
Yeah.
Shake makes sense. Like but the whole name might be Shaka.
Yeah.
Because English is really bad, and any vowel can make any sound that any other vowel can make.
Yeah.
But
I've seen an O sound
the
like
thing
a
that
Y.
I really want to point out in that last round was the smoke coming in from Intact on the retake. They lined that up all the way from truck, and it landed perfectly on where that A main plant position is. Like the not quad default, like the actual A main plant on the corner there. And it made the retake just unbelievably easy for them.
Well, being able to throw utility from a safe place where you're not threatened is so valuable. I mean, trying to swing around the corner and smoke that yourself, like you could make a mistake, you could overthrow it, you could underthrow it, you could accidentally clip it off a box or anything like that. Having a lineup that you can throw from a safe position is just critical. And you see them doing it on the CT side here, which is absolutely fantastic work from them. WPS, unarmored, should be easy cleanup once again from Intact. But they do manage to have an A site control. Intact kind of gave it up. Only one player playing down there. Noxio not caught off by the weapon switch. He's able to clean up the round for them as well. 14-3. Yikes.
You're still on yikes, man?
What?
Oh,
What?
man.
What
We went through oof, we went to yikes.
Oh.
What's the next one? You know? There's I think yikes was actually before oof. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hashtag
Maybe.
Twitter memes. But
I'm in the well, we'll have to figure out how to spell it in terrible English vowels, but I'm on the IE
yeah.
starting the IE train.
EXO finds one into middle, and this is full mid control for WPS. They're in a good position. See if they can set themselves up toward a site. The main problem that I see with teams taking mid on cash is exactly what's happening now. They kind of spread out in their default positions, and look at this. So EXO is at white box, Semtex is kind of holding Z, and now they're just kind of trapped. So they lost the guy at vent, and they don't know what to do now. So you really need to have a plan set up beforehand as to what's going to happen, because now, you know, players pushing through A main for Intact, and now they've just completely lost control of the round. What started out as a phenomenal round for them, what they could have done something great, you know, a fast push through vent, maybe an A split up highway, smoking off Z, taking control of that with a Molotov, anything like that. They instead slowed themselves down as they took mid, and that really messed with their game plan.
You're absolutely right. WPS, though, reacted in the perfect way, which is just a sprint up highway, because they knew that Intact had boosted that player over from the T side of boost. But now we are in the thick of it, and Ramen, we've been here before. I want to start singing some Initial D, man. Every time I like, but I have seen this place before. Anyway, sorry. I apologize to anyone listening. Ramen seems to wind up in a lot of...
You can sing to me anytime, Ben.
Ramen seems to wind up in a lot of 1v2 and 1v3 situations, at least in this game. Unfortunate for him, and, I mean, you can't really blame somebody for not winning 1v3 clutches.
No, he has had a lot of difficult situations. You can see his scoreline. He's probably on the full tilt train right now. He has recently picked up 2 kills as well, I think. I think he was like 2 and 15 or something like that, moving into the half, which is really tough to go into mentally. When you're having an off game, I mean, these players are in main. They're not new to this game. They're all very skilled players. And having an off game, it's been really poor. Hey, they're asking what our bit rate is at and what our up. We're on very good internet here. We have like gig up and down or something like that internet.
Yeah, I have gigabit up and down fiber optic. I stream, I think, video at 35 or 3800 and audio at 320 because we have these nice microphones, and I'd rather not stream in like terrible CD rip MP3 quality with sound.
Yeah.
So, and it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's not the difference in bitrate is not that severe. 30 frames per second, 1080p. It seems to be doing okay for us. If you notice any hitches or anything, just let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah. Our internet is good enough to push through pretty much.
Just let us know in chat. Just let us know in chat.
Mid control again for WPS. It's slower this time. 30 seconds left in the round as they take a little bit of mid, but now backing out, retaking bomb, and it looks like they're going to have to move toward the A site. Only 20 seconds left in the round. Shake picking up the first kill, and Noxio picking up a second.
That's been the story of the game so far, is desperation, and it's only fitting that the last terrorist will die with less than 10 seconds to go and the bomb not even being down. That kind of sums up the game. It's just WPS, whether it's getting outclassed in aim duels or outclassed strategically, just not able to find anything for themselves here. and just getting completely smacked in the first round of
Yeah,
season
demolished.
28.
And
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Intact this season has been incredibly strong. So far, we've seen a 16-3 close out in the first game here. In Fragadelphia, so far, they won their first round, I believe.
So Fragadelphia online. So
Online.
I don't know. I actually have no idea if that was supposed to be a qual for the actual LAN
No
or
idea.
anything.
No idea.
Because I had no idea about the event.
But they're playing against extremely high-level teams. Taking one map against Swole Patrol, we've seen them
Freak's still playing for them, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Freakazoid?
I think so. Yeah. And so, I mean, this season, Intact looking to go really far. We'll see what happens in the second match of the night, or of the season, rather, which is coming up later tonight.
Yeah. So it should be in, what time is it? Aura?
Right now, it is 19:44, my friend.
Okay, so we should be back in roughly 15 minutes, give or take with the match start time. We'll probably swap to some tunes here, and you can tune our voices out because you're probably getting a little bit tired of hearing us. I would be if I were you.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'd want to listen to these tunes over listen to us analyze a 16-3 blowout by Intact.
You know, that's not the most exciting game in the world. Back and forth is definitely better for the viewer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Nobody. I mean, blowouts are great. They're confidence boosting, but we want to see the hype games. We want to see overtime wins. We want to see clutches. We want to see back and forth eco round situations. Anyway,
we'll see if we get it later tonight.
We'll be back in about 15 minutes.